Okay, let's go back to our flower animation. Let's open up our images. I'm going to select all of my images. I'm going to open them up. So now I have images 1 through 13 here. Let's just sort of arrange them. And I can arrange or tile or cascade them, tile them vertically. And I have all of my images here. Here's image 13, 12, 11. I'm just zooming out a little bit. 10, 9, so on and so forth. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer. I just zoomed out of those. I'm going to create a layer image, and I'm going to use that selection in each one of these. So I'm going to create a new image. This time I'm going to choose transparent as my background. 200 by 200 is fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some clouds. So I'm going to use my selection tool. I need to get my tool options. I'll use the ellipse. I'm just going to draw an ellipse in here. Well, you know what? Let's feather it a little bit. Make it a little bit fuzzy on the outsides. There we go. Feather about 3. So I'm going to use this selection tool, and I'm going to use my shift key to add to it. Give us a little bit like that. Okay? Gives us a little cloud. Then I'm going to use my fill bucket to go choose a color, solid color, for a cloud. We'll give it a little bit of white with a little tint of blue. I'll put that in there like that. And there I have my clouds. Alright. So now that that's selected, that's fine. I'm going to go back here and choose my tool. I have that. I'm going to make sure I'm on image 1 right here. And I'm going to take this selection and I'm going to copy it. Now watch this carefully. I'm going to copy this selection, these clouds. And then in here, I'm going to edit, paste as a selection, and I'm going to put it to the right about to here. And now notice there are little marching ants. The little selection ants are there. And I need to make sure, this is very important, I need to make sure that I deselect, hit Control D every single time. Otherwise, what will happen is when you import that into your animation shop, only that will be imported, not the entire picture. So now let's go to the second picture. Make sure we can get rid of this box. Let's make sure we have image 2. We'll go back here, make sure you have to go back. And you have to hit copy. Now I'm going to use my keyboard, Control C. Then I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to start using my keyboard because it's a little bit faster instead of going up to the menu. Notice that paste as a new selection is Control E. So learn that one. So I'm going to hit Control E. And I'm going to move this over just a little bit. Then Control D. Select none is Control D. So I'm going to become a power user here. I'm going to learn some very important and time-saving shortcuts. So let's go back here. Make sure this is image 3. I'm going to put them side by side. This is how I do it. Here's image 1, image 2. I'm going to leave image 2 there. I'm going to put image 3 here so I can see where I am. I'm going to go keep this close so I don't have to move my mouse so far. Hit copy. Go to image 3. Control E for paste as selection. Move this over. Control D for deselect. Let's select, make sure you have image 4, bring it down, copy, Control E, Control D for deselect, image 5, select that picture, copy, Control E, then let's paste it in there. Don't forget to deselect, always deselect. Let's look for image 6. Same thing, let's get our selection, paste it in here, and let's make sure we have image 7, and do the same thing. And let's slide it across the screen just a little bit, deselect, image 8, go back here, copy, insert as a selection. Make sure you deselect. And let's copy, paste as selection, deselect. Should be image 10, yep. Copy, insert as a selection, deselect. Image 11. Let's copy our selection. Remember, Control E. And let's get this one, image 12. Let's copy and paste as a selection there. And here's a little trick we can do. I'm going to take image 13, and before I paste this cloud in there, I notice that I need probably an extra frame. So let's take image 13 and let's copy and paste it, just so we have it right there. Alright, that's sort of our extra frame, and we'll save him as last frame or something like that. Let's take image 13, copy, Control E, we'll put that right there. And we don't, if we didn't want our clouds, we want to save them for later, we could save our image. We'll save it in here. We'll call this this is our clouds selection. And that's just if we wanted to use that later. This one, though, let's save this one as our last frame. Just because, so we don't confuse, we know which one that is. Now for each one of these other ones, image 13, we made changes to it. So yes, so just select the X, hit enter. That's all I'm doing, is saving all the changes. And now that we're done with that, we can now go to our animation shop and do the exact same thing as we did the first time. Use the animation wizard, load up our individual images, and create the animation.